Hi teachers, time for a buzz tip of the week, another one. So it's changed a little bit how you submit your final grade for your courses. I figured since we're coming up close to the end of our courses, we are approaching sessions 21 and 22. So in a couple of weeks, you're going to have to submit the final grade. So you want to come through and you want to double check everything to make sure all your student abilities are covered with gradable and non-gradable items, which means content, and either homework, tests, participation projects, whatever, and however you are assessing those items. So I've already come in and triple checked just to make sure that I have at least one content piece in all of the session folders where my student was present for. If you use participation, make sure you have all the participation pieces in that you want, and any homework, assessments, and tests that you want. So I use a project for each unit in most of my classes. So just to go and make sure, if you are using weighted grading categories, you can easily click on the weights button here to double check that everything is properly categorized or where you want that to be categorized anyway. And I noticed that this one says classwork, impulse, self-assessment. It was actually homework as well, so he had to finish it in the homework cafe, so I counted it as homework instead of classwork. So these are all the projects that he did, and then all of the classwork. And here, this item was for homework, but he actually finished it in classwork, so I moved it down to classwork, so I switched some stuff up. So make sure that you have things in the proper category that you want, because otherwise they won't be weighted what you want them to be weighted as. So after that, go to your grade book and just double check that all of the grades have been entered. So you can scroll across. So I think that might be it for this class, or it might be at the end. Yeah, it was already at the end, so I already checked it. Like I said, I go in and I triple check myself just to make sure I have it all done. So look, and it looks like all grades have been entered. So if you go too far, it's going to take you back to the page that you're at. Great computers. All right, so I've checked everything. Everything looks good to go. My session folders are all dated and initialed. All the grades are entered in my grade book. If I'm using weighted grading categories, they're all matched up where they should be, so everything is weighted appropriately. And then also the student abilities have been added to the content and the assessments and homeworks and all the other good stuff to show that they are covered. So then we get to come up to the tools, the wrench. Go to final grades. You actually have to select the student, click submit selected, and then hit submit. And then you see this check mark appear over here. So when I go back to my grade book, I see this is the reported category. I always have this visible so I can see if I reported it or not, because for some reason, if it doesn't get put on Amy Lee's list to finalize, this way I can go back and double check to make sure I reported that. And to get that to show up on the screen, you have to go to your display options. So, so you have visible columns right here under progress, reported. So, and then, you know, then you'd be able to know that it's there all the time. You would click save, but I already have that. So that is all there is to submitting your final grade. If you have questions or if you need anything, just let me know. Happy charting!